Good morning, citizens and new players hoping to get into Star Citizen free to play until December 1st. I have a couple messages on the video that I posted very quickly in this morning before I went to work about how to get the game, saying that it needs to get a game package in order to get the game. And I'm going to take a look at that and try to figure that out. So I am on the RSI website, robertspaceindustries.com, and if you're going to click here, we can click on more info for Play Star Citizen for free until December 1st. I'm going to click more info on there, and we're going to take a look here. So looking through here, it's new to the verse, play for free, and download the game, launch the game, download the game. So create an RSI account, download the game client, launch the game. So if I click download the game right now, you can look at here, I don't have an account, don't have a game package. So it does say to play Star Citizen you'll need at least one game package on your account. However, this is a standard page that is used for the game for all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlist or sign in. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to create an account just by using an email and a password. But I'm not going to do this while showing you because I'm going to use another one of my emails, and I don't need to put my email on here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in just 1 second. So one thing I will point out before I do this is that you don't go to, I'm going to go right back to here. More info, we're going to go all the way back, download the game on this screen. When it says enlist or sign in, do not sign in. You're going to have to go to enlist now because you are a new player. So you are not someone who has an account. Unless you've already made your account, you already have your account that you've used a referral code. Don't forget to use referral code up here. Go to enlist now. Now, if you don't have a referral code, there is one right here. It will give you a little bit of an extra bonus money starting in the game. It will also, if you become a backer and get a game account, give you a free ship between now and December 1st when you start playing and becoming a backer Star Citizen. So using your referral code. So star, my account is star GHZN LZL9. And that would be a referral account. So it's going to give you a little bit of extra. Put in your birth date, put in your password, put in your email, and come up with a call sign. So the call sign for this could be whatever you want to be called in game. You could sign up for the Star Citizen News, but you could also take the terms and service and policies. I think you have to agree, and then click enlist. All right. So once I have signed in and made my account, I made one 2951 Expo, just throw away account. Right away, as soon as I made that account, I do get authentication code or activation code on there for two-step authentication, but also says, great, you have a game package because now we have promotional package. So if you had an issue where it was showing you no package, you need to get a package, it may have been just too early that they hadn't got it working, and now it's working up there. We'll access, and then we download the installer and down the game. So if we can't really read here, but you need a lot of RAM. More RAM, the better in this game. I know there's a minimum requirement, but the more RAM, the better. Out of anything that seems to be right now helping this game with optimization and, well, the lack of optimization, I should say, is having a lot of RAM. And a solid state drive is extremely recommended, mostly just for increasing or decreasing, I should say, the load time. So doing that, download the installer and then install the game. So looking at my computer, I'm just going to go look on a different screen here really quickly, and we'll just take a quick look under Program Files, Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen. If I was to look at this, it takes up 73.3 gigs. So you need quite a bit of space to put this game onto your computer. I'd said somewhere between 60 and 80. 73.3 is right dab in the middle of theirs. So that is what you needed. It's maybe a little less than that, but I can't assume that there's really too much space taken up by all my screenshots. So that's what you need. So you're going to install the game and get into the game. While you're at it, you can go to your account and look at your account. And your account will have a hanger. And the hanger will show you anything that you've purchased in the game. So if you do get a game account, that will show up here. If you get use the referral code, and on December 1st you get a ship, that ship will be added here. Having the ship will not allow you to play the game. You need to have something with a game package in it to play, with the exception of any free fly events. But that will stay there forever. You'll always have that in your account. So if you decide maybe a little while later you want to continue to play, if you get like a jacket or something, I don't know if they're going to give away anything to backers that's going to go in here, or non-backers I should say. But right now my hangar is empty, and yet I can still play the game because I can still download the game using the more info. So that is it. That is how you get into the game. So I'm going to just take a little bit look more on the main site itself, what they talk about with the AIE, the expo. So I'm going to click view more here, and then I'm going to get right into the game, and I'm going to show you how to get from the HABs, because when you start the game, definitely start by playing in the New Babbage location, and then from there you can make your way to the expo pretty quick. So we got something with anvil ships like the Arrow and the Carrack. We have the Anvil Spartan. This is a brand new troop transport, a ground-based transport, which is just available right now. A little bit of reading on the Arrow. So you can buy an Arrow in-game for $75, but you can fly for free. The Carrack with a 10-year insurance war bond day deal. So I'm going to take a look at that in a moment and see what's available there. And the Ballista, which I have no idea what that's about. You can get Anvil shirts to wear in-game, or the Celebration Gear Pack, which would be able to buy all the different shirts to wear in game. You can try these on, buy them in-game for in-game money, but you will lose them if there's a wipe of the items, where this would be something, if you actually paid with real money, would be something you keep. But every year there's Anvil shirts and different shirts available, so it's not a huge deal. And I don't know, do you like shirts or not? Some physical items. But I'm going to go quickly to the Pledge store and see the Ballista, if that's in there. So let's go... game packages, are they on sale at all? They are on sale, so you could get a starter package for $5 off. So so $5. Well, sorry, $4.50 off. So instead of $45, $40.50 for a starter pack of the Mustang. The combo's a better deal. You have like an extra $20 to get Citizen Squadron 42 when it comes out. But let's see, compared to a regular Mustang, if I look at the info here, regular Mustang, 1,000 UEC, 5,000 if you use a referral code, and 10-year insurance. So it looks like 10-year insurance is on that. So really you're just getting a better deal here, because I'm assuming this is 10-year insurance also. Yeah, 10-year insurance, 120-month insurance. Insurance doesn't matter until the game's out, so really not something to worry about too much at all. The Nomad, excuse me, cough there, 10-year with the polar paint. So the Nomads are kind of a cool starter ship too, but you could get into this game right now for $40.50 anytime during the expo. This sale will be on. War Bond just means you have to buy it with cash. You cannot use a gift card to buy a War Bond. You can use a gift card to get any of the ones that do not say War Bond on them. So that's the big difference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the launcher and launch into the game. So I'm going to click the launcher on my screen here. I'm going to log out, and I'm going to log in with the new account I just made, and I'm going to give this game a play. So here we are, the launcher. I put in my email and I put in my password, and then it wanted an authentication code. You have to go to the email that you used to sign up, your actual email, and choose to type in that authentication code. And now I'm going to install the new live version of the game. So I'm going to do that, and once it's installed, I'll get right into the game. Alright, and once we are done installing, for me it was an upgrade. I'm just going to go make sure you're not, doesn't say P2 here, it shouldn't if you've never played before. Launch the game. Launch the game, we're going to get into the game. It's going to load up for me. You should see a Star Citizen screen loading here, but because I switched to a different monitor, it's not showing up for you. But as soon as it goes to full screen, it will show up, and it'll be on this image here, so you can take a look at the game and see what it looks like. And then I'll show you how to choose and prepare to get to the expo. So here we are in the game. Now there is Star Marine, which is kind of like a first-person shooter playing, just basically to play around the game. Arena Commander, which is basically access to dogfighting the ships. It's not affecting your character. You blow up and you die, and here you've gotten a bit better at playing, but you haven't really lost anything as a character. And it's very important now with the new inventory system where you can lose items and items can be gone, Arena Commander is going to be more useful for practicing dogfighting and not really having that sense of loss or risk that it's needed. But what you need is to go to Persistent Universe. It says down here to unlock your friends list, select a primary residence in a Persistent Universe. You now need to choose a home. So I'm going to click Persistent Universe. I'm going to say click. I'm going to play a male character. Begin blending. You can start changing it around. So I can cycle through this person here and start blending it to compared to the person next here. I can just take the nose of another character and start changing it. I can start blending skin tone. I can start changing the hair. Once you have what you like, click accept. Now, this is not a huge issue because at any time you can always go to character customization and change your character again. So it's not a big issue. Don't worry about making the perfect character right now unless you really want to have a character that's really distinctive while walking around the expo. But if you want to get into the game, select system, select Stanton system. Currently we only have the Stanton system. Select location. To get to the expo, choose New Babbage. You could check any of the other ones, but then you're going to have to fly from that planet to Microtech's planet in order to get to New Babbage. But we're going to start in New Babbage. We're going to set that as a primary residence. I'm going to confirm this, but that's not something you can change. So you want to make sure you're happy with your location that you chose, and then we're going to load up the game. So we are now in the game. As long as you did not install this on a hard drive, it shouldn't have taken too long to load up. An SSD definitely makes things faster. And we are in New Babbage. This is your New Babbage tab. You can see that someone is talking about their frame rate. Global chat in the corner. Type enter, and you can... Why I have caps lock on? You can say something in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit F12 and turn off global chat. Global chat on and off with F12. Really just to make this a little bit easier. I'm not going to put too much on the screen. I do have a lot of tutorials where I actually show you the keys that I'm pressing on screen while I'm pressing them so you can see what I'm doing. But here I'm just going to do a quick explanation of what you do to get to the expo, and then you can look at some of my other tutorials. I have plenty of tutorials on flight, and I'm going to go through those with ships that I try out. But I'm looking around with the mouse out. I'm going to tap Y, and then my character is going to get out of bed. All I do is tap Y, then go over to this door here and tap F, and the door will open. And then we look which way we're going. We're going this way. It might be to the right from where you are, and we are heading down there to the expo. It's somewhere down there. So we're going to go over to this elevator. We're going to hold F and click call elevator. We're going to wait for that elevator to open. Once it does, we're going to get inside and look at the panel that's right to the right side of the door when we're standing inside. So we're open, we're going through, panel. Now hold F and move. If you ever want to like choose a floor, you can mouse wheel up and down, but we're going to lobby, which is always visible on this elevator. Click that while holding F. We left click, and now the elevator is moving. We are now dropping down to the main floor. And we've got to get to the tram station to get outside. So this opens up. We're going to head to the door. There's a bench, like a kiosk, or I said bench, like a desk at one side. We're going to come through here. This is the hospital. We can see the hospital straight ahead. So the Brentworth Care Center. Either staircase. There's one here and the one there. And look at these signs. Show floor this way. Show floor this way. Follow the signs. Someone pushed a medical bed down the stairs. We're not going to worry about that. Come around the corner. We're looking for show floor this way. Whoa. And this is an issue. I hope they had fixed this, but they didn't. Ignore what happens right here. That's ridiculous that that's still there. Some elevator is showing up in the middle of the hallway, but you can walk right through that. I don't know why it's still there. That's messed up a lot of people. Show floor this way. So we're going to follow that. And here is the tube. Now we look here. We got 8 seconds to arrive for the train. Trains don't take a long time. You're no more than 30 seconds to wait for another train if you miss one. So the train shows up. Doors automatically open. You walk in. And we're just going to wait until the doors close. And once they do, we're going to ride to the next location. So I can do a bit of a cut here, and you'll see when we arrive at the next location. So while we're going along on the train here, we can just kind of look out the windows, enjoy the view of the city. We've left the Habs behind, and we're heading towards Tobin Expo Center. So we're coming around this corner here, and we're back underneath. These trams run in basically a large circular route. So if you stay on this one train, you'll eventually come back to your your main location. There'll be 4 stops currently. Normally there's only 3, but the Expo Center has added an extra stop. We're now underneath the city, and we're going to be taking an elevator back up to the Expo Center when we get there. Or no, maybe the Expo Center is no elevator to the showroom floor. So we're on this little tram station here. We're going to get out, show floor this way. Follow these down here. Woo! And here we are. We got some more posters here. Looking awesome. Gonna take a screenshot. I'll put that on the video because I don't want to give away too much until you're watching it. So we're gonna come up these stairs here. We're going to come up here, and we're in like the main gallery. This is not the show floor. This is where, with game money, if you tap F1, you can see your money. You've got 20,000 credits in game. You can look at this stuff here. This is where you're going to go for contracts if you want to do missions. You can click on that. Vehicle loadouts. This is where your items are stored. Journal. This is for ship repair. Com links is for chatting. We're going to get to that when we're flying. F1 opens and closes. So when it's open, you can close it again by tapping F1. You can go here if you want to wear a shirt while you're in Expo. You can get one of these shirts here. I don't think I have any pants on, so I don't think a shirt will work right now. But I could wear a hat. So I'm gonna. Do I want a Consolidated hat? Yeah. So I'm gonna buy this hat for 820 UEC. We're gonna confirm that purchase, and now I've got this hat. So to put the hat on or any clothing changes, what you do is you tap I. Tap I, we got inventory, there's my hat. So I take my helmet, drag it off, take my hat. Maybe I can't wear clothes while I'm wearing an undersuit. I might have to actually take the undersuit off and then put like a t-shirt on to put the clothes on. So my sidearm I've just taken off now. Why isn't it letting me put that back on? There we go. So at the moment I can't put the hat on. I thought I could without having clothes. So I'm going to have to go to the clothing store. I'll buy some pants. I don't need to run around pantless right now. But here we are. We can look around. We can kind of play the game. We can check it out. We can talk to the different people around here. We're going to head to an elevator. Oh, I missed that elevator. Someone was going in there. Another player checking out the expo. So I'm going to go to this one. I'll call the elevator. Elevator's open. And we can see Anvil Airspace is going to be in the Zenith Hall. So we go to Zenith Hall. The next day there's going to be 2 halls to choose from because we've got an Apex that's going to have Robert Space Industries or Aegis Dynamics. Oh, which would it be? Be Aegis the next time? Nope. Robert's next time. There you go. And there we are. Here we are in part of the main hall. Again, not the most impressive part, but pretty cool to check out this big hologram. Really neat. You can watch some little commercials from different ships on some of the screens here. And we're going to start walking up. You can take the staircase, but I'm going to take up the center here. And even just like, look at like the wood grain and like, oh, the stairs do look pretty cool. And the, like, you can even see like the detail on the carpet. It's awesome. And we're coming up here and there is the showroom floor. So you can read all the different stuff about Anvil and about the different ships here. You can look if you're trying to find something. So we are right here in the center. There's a Carrack straight ahead. We've got a Gladiator. These aren't open yet. They'll open later with other areas. We've got the Terrapin, the F8 Lightning, the Valkyrie, the Hornet, all the different things here. So you can go check a ship out by grabbing a ship and flying it. So I would say I'm going to just go grab a Terrapin. I want to go around on this corner. You can get some drinks and food if you want there. But I'm going to run around this corner. I'm not going to go into the Carrack right now. That's something you can check out right away if you want. Take one of those for a flight. But I'd actually take a smaller ship for your first flight. To see what you have. Also, is there any loaner ships? I never looked to see if I have a loaner ship and what that would be. So let's go vehicle loadout. You know, Nomad. That's cool. So I honestly thought it'd be like an Origin 100i. But you have a Nomad for the entirety of the free fly event to fly around. The Nomad is a cool ship. And that means you could actually get a rock and put it in the back and do some rock mining. You can do a little bit of cargo running. The Nomad is a ship that you can really have fun in. It's got a cool interior space, and so you can fly that. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Terrapin here. That's what I said I wanted to grab. And I'll show you how to. You can explore the ships. They show you there's a hatch access and ramp access. So if you wanted to get to the ship, follow those little markers. Like let's go around to ramp access back here, and we can hold F and click on the ramp to open and close it, I believe. There we go. So if the ship is closed and it's saying ramp access there, hold F and oh, where's the ramp access? now that I've closed it, it's just asking me if I want to rent it. Why can't I see it? There you go. So I'm going to rent it. So 0 to rent. Rent the ship. And that is for 48 hours. So I now have the ship for 48 hours. Interesting that I can't find the rampad sys to open it anymore. That's interesting. Why can't I? Can I get up in here? There you go. I can at least climb in the side. I don't know why I couldn't find the ramp access from outside. Possibly because it's asked me to rent the ship. But here we are inside. What am I in? The Valkyrie. I kept saying Terrapin. I don't know why. Terrapin is definitely much smaller than the Valkyrie. We got some different doors here. You can see them opening up. Explore this, and when you're ready to leave, head back the way you came to those elevators, and take the ship, or the same train, I should say. There's a cool. Take the ship. Why I keep saying ship? Take the train to the spaceport. So I'm going to head back to that elevator and head onto the train. So we are now heading back to the expo lobby, and from there we are going to exit out of here and into the subway system again. Now I was confused because I was sure the Terrapin was in the room and I didn't see it, and I actually got to some weird looking thing on the other side, another ship that should have been the Terrapin, but it wasn't rendering correctly. So I guess we'll go this way. So I wasn't able to rent it, and hopefully that glitch was on my end and not on your end, but I did rent a bunch of other ships along the way. We've got 20 seconds here, so that's enough time for me to show you what I rented. So I'm going to go to my vehicle loadout manager now, select ship. And you can see here I got an Anvil Arrow, Pisces, and a Valkyrie. The lock symbol means these are rental ships. You can't modify them. You don't own them. Technically, you own the Nomad right now, so if I got some different engines or shields, I could swap them out on there and change them up because that's a ship I own. So if I actually own like a Prospector, I could change the mining lasers, but rental ones you can't. That's the big change between a rental and an owned ship. Also, and the owned ships are owned ships in game. So if you buy it in game with in-game money, that's considered an owned ship. I also, because I grabbed those ships, if I were you, you got them for 48 hours. Instead of having to run back and forth between the expo hall, take a look at the ships, explore all the ships, really enjoy them, but rent every one. You got them for 2 days, why not? Am I in the right spot now? Where am I? Where am I? Does it tell me where I am? So I was going to Aspire, so, well, I didn't look. Where are these ships going? Terminal. I think that's, maybe that's where I am now. Alright, I'm in the Commons, and I want to go to Spaceport. So I think that's where this one goes. Spaceport, perfect. Looking up there, it says Spaceport. So I was on the right ship, or train, I could have just stayed. So rent all the ships you want. Rent them all so you don't have to keep running back. So you got them for 2 days. 2-day rental, 48 hours from the time you rent them. So you have plenty of time. If there's a bunch of ships you want, just rent them all. And if you log out and you start playing tomorrow, you can still you can still fly the rental ships. Plus, you're going to be able to take out more ships. So why not just grab all of them at once after looking at them? Unless you really enjoy the experience of taking out a ship, trying it out, coming back, flying another one. But we're going to head to the spaceport. I'm going to show you a quick version of how to take off for your first time and then how to request a landing. But I'm not going to go too much into detail for that because I'm going to get back to checking out all the ships. So we're going to be on here, one more train ride to the space station. So we are now heading across this giant frozen lake to the space station, which is set into these mountains opposite of the city. So if I go back on this side, we can see the city here. That large building with the open area in it that we're kind of running away is now obscured by these posts. That is where we started. That was your Habs. The expo is over on this side here, and we're heading to this large, cool looking, massive place across this frozen lake. New Babbage at nighttime is a fairly easy place to land at because you can still find the space station because it does stand out against the white frozen land. And we're going to go underneath it into the mountain, and once we're in the mountain, we are then going to take an elevator straight up to the space station. So we're slowing down now. We're coming up to the station. So I'll wait right here by the doors. And we're coming into the room. And now we're going to go exit to this direction. And then choose an elevator, hold F and click left click. And then we're going to get in here and we're going to go to the terminal, not the Metro Loop. Metro Loop is the trains that we were just on. And once we're up here, I will say compared to last year, the trains are working a lot better, and that is awesome. And once we're up here, I'm then going to just exit to the left. It might be the right if you come out of those elevators. And we're just going to kind of zigzag through this pathway. You can't really get lost. You're just kind of zigzag through until we get to a staircase by a window. There's a beautiful window here where we can look at the city. This is where we just were. There's where the expo is, where that kind of symbol is showing there. And right here, that's where we started the game. So we went from there to a tram to here. And then from there, we came all the way through this line here. We're now at the space station. And if you have rented a ground vehicle, go up to there where it says surface entrance, and that will bring you terminals that can get your ship out, and then down to a garage, so it'll let you out onto the ice lake. But we have a spaceship, so we come over to hangars, which should say right there. And from hangars, we go to this terminal. For ground level or for spaceships, use a terminal. Hold F and left click. And we have our ships here. So I'm going to show you the Nomad because this is the first ship that you would start with because it's a ship that you're going to have the whole entire time. So I'm going to show you the Nomad. It is not an anvil ship. And then I'm going to play around with the anvil ships for a little bit of fun. It's in Hangar 4. If you ever forget, yours is showing up right now. So it says right here, 223 meters away. My Nomad is on Hangar 4. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click call elevator. And when the elevator arrives, this is one of the times where you can, depending on where your hangar is, scroll up and down to find it, but Hangar 4 is right at the top there, so I'm going to click on that. And we're going to get to our ship. Very quick elevator ride. That was super quick. And there's the Nomad. The Nomad's cool. Look at it. It's got like this cargo ramp that drops up and down. So if you have a small vehicle like a rock, you can drive it right up into here. Back it in, I should say. If you drive it in, you can't really get out. You're going to get out and stand against the wall. F and then left click to close that. It also has this cool landing gear where it's floating above the ground. This is the landing gear down. When it's folded up in there, it's a bit smoother, but it doesn't touch the ground. So right here where it says ladder, click enter ship. I'm going to stand right in front of it and hopefully climb right into it. Perfect. We're now in the back of the ship. So looking out this way, which way? Right here. That is our cargo hold. And I can open and close the cargo bay from here. However, you can see it's lowering down. Close it, it'll bring it back up. But that's just a window. We can't actually get into there. We've got some storage here. It's like a bathroom on this side and a closet on this side. So you can put items in there. So for instance, like the hat I bought, I can put it in there. So if I put I now, my ship inventory, I can take my hat and drag it into my ship. It is now in my ship inventory, not in my personal inventory. This is how you move things from one location to another. If you want to bring things to a space station from New Babbage, you're going to have to drag it over. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find an angle where I am not invisible when I'm in inventory. So I'll stand here, click I again, there we go. Put your space helmet on. Don't forget to wear your helmet. Might as well put my sidearm on. What's this, med pen? Sure, I'll put that in there. Nah, I'll put it in here. I'll put it in my ship. As long as my ship doesn't blow up, I'll still have these items. Maybe I'll leave them here right now. I'll leave them at New Babbage so I don't have to worry about it. Even my helmet, because who knows. So this is, you see I walk through the door. I'll go back out. This is where I started. It's got like the back here. It's got the exit there. It's got the bathroom and storage. The next room in this little ship, it's not a big ship, but it's got this room here, which is awesome. It's got like a bed to lay down in. So if I hold F, I could choose the bed to lay down in or sit on. It's got a little chair here for you to sit on. It's got a little kitchen, and it's not really anything to sneeze at because it's like a little camper. I think it's awesome. This door here, walk in, hold F, enter pilot seat, and we're now in our pilot seat. And then the simple controls, because I don't want to get too complex in the controls. F4 is exterior view. Holding Z allows you to move around and look around. If you don't, your ship will move, because using the mouse right now is trying to turn the ship. I just haven't taken off, so that's why it's not moving. F4 toggling again brings you back here. You have to request takeoffs and landings if you're trapped inside a hangar. Right now we can see here those hangar doors are closed. So F11, friends, spaceport. And I can hit F1 again. Now it's sending a request. I'm going to also hit R. R turns my ship on. So now you can see all these items have turned on. And you see that because I used F11 and friends, the hangar doors open. So that is it. R gets you ready to fly. I turns your engines off and on. So if you're not able to take off, look over here. If those lines are red, your engines are off, otherwise they're on. That is your main controls. The only other controls you need to worry about right now, space and control for up and down. So space is up, control is down, space is up. Really easy. Again, looking out here, I'm going to hold Z and rotate this. N pulls your landing gear in or lowers it. N for your landing gear. Space and control for up and down. And then everything else, W, A, S, D. So W forwards, S, A, D, Q, E. Super simple to fly. Mouse steers you. So if I push F4 and I'm moving my mouse around, my ship moves. Unless I hold Z, then I can move my camera. So again, no Z held, Z held. That's pretty much all you have to really worry about as far as flying the ship. So now that we got this open and we can fly, just hold W. We're going to go right out. If you want to go slower for your max speed, mouse down. If you look over here, that box is showing that I'm going slow because that's my maximum speed. If I mouse up, that box goes up and then my max speed goes up with it and I can fly. And you can fly your ship around and explore and check it out from either using F4 for an external view or flying in the cockpit, which I prefer, makes it a little bit easier. And you can fly to space. All you got to do to fly to space, point up. I'm going to mouse wheel up to give myself a more maximum speed so I can get up there a bit faster. I'm at about an 85% angle, so I can show you right now. Here we are, leaving the planet. We are flying up. It doesn't take too long. I think about 10,000 meters, maybe 11 to get into space with this planet. Moons, you don't have to go quite up as high, but I'm going to go up that high. To spool up your jump drive, tap B. And now you can see all these red marks all around the edges of my screen. Those are jump points that you can jump to. They're all red because we're not high enough. We're at 8,000 now. If I go back here, we can see we've gotten quite a bit higher. You can see now we're actually quite a bit high. We're now at 10,000, 11,000, 11,000. 11,000, they turn blue. That means I could jump to them now. So all I have to do is point at something. Like over here. There's the moon, Calliope. There is Arc L3, Lagrange point 3, Lagrange point 5 for Crusader. All these different areas that you can fly. The planet Crusader, 55 million miles away for that Lagrange point. So you could do that. There's that round thing's a planet. So planet Hurston is 38.4 kilometers away. 38.4 million kilometers away. Ridiculously far distance, so if I was to jump to there, that would take quite a while. I'm going to tap B again to turn my jump drive off. Tap F2. I'm going to go to, so I'm at Microtech, which is right here at the top. I'm going to go to the space station over New Babbage. So just using my mouse left and right clicks so I can get to it. Port Tressler, set route. So now, when I hit B, I only have one target, and there it is right there. So I'm spooling up my drive. It's at 90%, 100%. I'm pointing at it until I calibrate to 100%. Instead of tapping B, hold B, and I fly to the location. So now I'm too close to jump to that point anymore. So tap B to turn that off, and I can fly to the space station. If I face back to the planet, If you're trying to find the main city, besides finding it by using F2 and finding it on the system, like if I double click Microtech and I double click it again, or mouse wheel in, I can find all the landing areas. That big target circle is the main city. But an easier way is looking on the surface here. Some of these look like little hexagons, some of them are squares. The main city always looks like a home plate to me. So if I go away from it for a bit, you'll see it's a home plate shape. It's like a pentagon pointing down. That is always the main city on any place. But you can actually go to any of these locations here and fly to them and check them out. To use your jump drive, you have to be out of the atmosphere. But once you're out of the atmosphere, you can jump around. There's points around the planet called orbital markers. There'll be OM1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is one here. That's OM3. That's a quick way to get around the planet, because some things you can't jump to if a planet is in the way. But we're going to go face back towards Port Tressler. Where's Port Tressler? There it is. And I'm going to tap B to turn my jump drive off again. I'm going to mouse wheel down so my maximum speed isn't too ridiculously fast, so that I don't fly into the station. I'm also not going to point directly at the station. I'm going to point a little bit down from the station and fly towards it. Once I'm close enough to request a landing, at the top of my screen it'll say contact ATC to land. So I'm going to fly there until that arrives. But remember, just fly aiming by it. So if I accidentally am going too fast, I'm not going to hit the station. Any of those little things show up like that there, that's another ship or another item flying away. You can tap V and scan. But there you go, it says contact ATC to land, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to use my scan mode. So because it says contact ATC to land, I have to request a landing here. So again, hit F11, friends, Port Tressler, and that's going to request a landing. I will say there is ways to use the screens to request a landing, but we don't want to do that with just trying to set up screens. So it says please proceed to assigned landing bay. So I have to look around for a symbol showing me where I should land. Where would it be? There it is. So the symbol there, it's like a circle with a chevron pointing down. That is your landing location. So don't go too fast, because your ship doesn't slow down right away. You can see I let off the throttle and I'm naturally slowing down. There's a space brake, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Just fly a bit slow. Try not to hit any of the parts of the station. I'm mouse wheeling down now till that box is right near the bottom to really slow me down. If you don't see this rectangle, you might be on the wrong side of the landing pad. I'll show you. I'll go down here and I'll rotate. If it looks like that, you're on the wrong side. You're upside down. You can hit L to turn on your lights. You can see you're on the bottom of the landing pad, and that might be confusing for you. So you want to be on this side of the landing pad. Now you can just land it on your own using space and control and all the arrow keys, or once you're relatively close inside this orange rectangle, you have to have your landing gear down. My landing gear is up right now, so I'm going to tap N to bring the landing gear down, and then I'm going to hold N. And holding in after your landing gear is down will be an auto land. And so that will land you beautifully. Now, the one thing to be sure of, I'm going to hold Y to get out of my ship. Hold Y gets you out of the pilot seat. So if you ever need to stand up, tapping Y from a bed or holding it from in a ship. But if I tap I right now, luckily, the local inventory of Port Tressler is shared with New Babbage. I do not have a helmet on. Always have your helmet on when you're flying. Because if I step out of the ship without a helmet, you suffocate unless you're on a planet. So you might get into a planet, get into your ship wearing a t-shirt because it's fine, and all of a sudden you die. So we're going to hold F, click open ladder. It's so cool how that opens. We're going to get out here. And there's the planet we were on. If you step out of this artificial gravity, you will start being able to use your jetpack. So go here, close ladder, and we're going to go in, and we're going to store ship. If you are going back to New Babbage, you're flying back to the planet, you still have to request a landing just like that. and it will show you a hangar that you're either landing straight down in or straight forwards in, depending on what kind of hangar it is. So it's very similar how you do it, and that is basically it. Go to lobby. The basic controls to learn how to fly. The mouse clicks when you're out of armistice zones. If you look in the top right corner here, you can see this like no shooting sign. That means that your guns won't work in here. But when you're out in space, you can use your guns to shoot. You can use your mining lasers. You can do all that fun stuff. You can't even pull guns out in an armistice zone as a like from first person. So it's a little bit different. But if you have any issues, if you have any questions, if you don't know what key to press for a certain thing, just press F12 and type it into the chat. Like right here, there's people. See, there you go. So someone says, sounds good. Now, if only I could leave the dock. Someone says you need to contact ACC through your comms panel. Just hit F11. Look at people are giving comments, helping out people. One thing I'll say is 99% of the people want to help you out. Click store, and that stores your ship, so it's not still sitting out. One thing I forgot: you should always hit F. You should always hit I when you land your ship and turn your engines off. I did not, but that's kind of good practice to always turn your engines off when you fly. But yeah, F12, go into global chat, type enter, and then type your question. People are really helpful. Most people in this game will be willing to help people out, show them around, go pick them up if they're trapped somewhere, if their ship has crashed. It's really awesome. Oh, look at these. That's some of the new clouds. I haven't checked those new clouds out yet. I am definitely going to go fly a ship through those new clouds and check them out. But that's the first time I've ever seen them. That's super cool. So that's it. I'm going to go check out some ships. I'm going to do some recording of things. You might not see anything else tonight, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have something out. If not, I've definitely been recording and putting a lot of images together in this game. So this is how you play Star Citizen. This is how you get into the verse. I hope you have an awesome time during this expo. Until next time, I hope to see you soon in the verse. Goodbye.